Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available to download in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of hints and tips on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it all there. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And so now we're going to complete the last paper, paper S, in this 2015 past paper booklet. So if you turn with me to page 27, we've got some scales to work out here. And so, as I always say, write in pencil. It doesn't matter if you go wrong then. You can just rub it out and have another go. There, you need your eraser. And also, I do suggest that you just have sketched out for reference your circle of fifths, and that way you've got all your major and minor keys to hand. You've only got to think about it once, and then you can just reference back to that without having to keep scratching your head and thinking about it. If you're not sure how to do that circle of fifths, I've done a video tutorial and you'll find the link to that in the description below and also in the cards. And so if you've done that, you've already done the thinking for this question here. So I suggest you have a go of this first. Doesn't matter if you go wrong, it's always better to learn by your mistakes. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this and now we'll work through it together. So we're asked to write a key signature of 4 sharps and then we need to write 1 octave descending, going down, of the melodic minor scale with that key signature. So a key signature of 4 sharps is F, C, G, D. So make sure they're placed correctly for the bass clef. Now 4 sharps could be E major, but they've asked for the minor, so it's C sharp minor. So we've got to begin on C sharp and we're coming downwards. So I'm going to start here on middle C and then come down in step, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're beginning and ending on C, so that's correct, or C sharp as the key signature makes it. And so the melodic minor, when it's ascending, we raise the 6th and the 7th, but when we're descending, it comes down in the key signature alone, so that means job done. And now we look at this next question here. So we've already got the note heads in place, the blobs are there for us, we've just got to add some sharps or flats, not a key signature in this case. So we need to form the scale of G flat major. So G flat major would have a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats and C flats. Remember, when you've got a flat key signature, it always goes one beyond the tonic flat. So here we go. So we want B flats, goes before the note. Remember, you need to know before you play it. E flats, A flats, D flats. G flats comes twice because it begins and ends on G flat, so you feel like you're writing too many, but we need G flat twice, and then C flat. So we've only actually got one natural here. And that's that question completed. Now if you turn the page with me, question 6 no longer appears in the newly revised exam papers. So from 2018 onwards, we are no longer required to compose a melody or compose a melody to words. So if it is that you're thinking of moving on to the later grades, then I suggest you have a go of this in your music theory and practice workbook. But for grade 5 exam purposes, there's no need to do that, and so we just skip straight ahead to the next question, which is the last question in the paper. which is the harmonic analysis. So we're going to be looking at some chords. So we're asked to name these chords, suitable chords here, that would fit the notes of this melody line to make a cadence. So we need to choose chords that would make the correct chord progressions for a prescribed cadence. So if you remember, like your perfect cadence is 5-1, or your plagal cadence is 4-1, and so on. However, in many respects they've done the thinking for us. We've just got to choose which chords they've implied in this melody line. So first job is to find out what key we're in. We've got a key signature of 2 sharps, and so nothing else here to tell us otherwise. We're in D major, so we're looking for chords 1, 2, 4 and 5. So chord 1 will be based on D because we're in D major. Chord 2 is E, F, G, A, and then we need to build up the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th. If you find that difficult to do in your head, just think 1st, 3rd, 5th. So D, F, A, E, G, B, G, B, D, A, C, E. And you know if you've gone wrong because there's the 1st, 3rd and 5th, and that 5th should form the basis for chord 5. So that's a quick double check that you've done that correctly. We can't choose what position the chord will be in because we've not got any bass notes. There's nothing there to give us that information. And so we are ready to just look at what we've been given here. So we've got a B, a G and a D. And you can see that's all the notes of chord 4, G, B, D. So that's a chord 4. Now here we've got a C, a B and an A. Now not all of those are going to be harmony notes. This note here, the B, is a passing note. It's just passing in between the 2 harmony notes, and it's just by step filling in that gap. So the harmony notes are actually just the C and the A, and so really that's chord 5, which would be A, C, E. That will properly explain those 2 notes, C and E. So chord 5 looks like we're heading towards a perfect cadence here. So the notes of chord C will include a D and an A, and that would explain that naturally as a perfect cadence because chord 1 is D, F, A. So there's the D and the A. So 5-1, there's our perfect cadence. Chord 4 is just a good lead in to that perfect cadence. It's kind of a very complete final finish, a bit sort of a ta-da sort of ending. So let's look at our second cadence point. So we've got a G, a C, sorry, a G, an E and a B. So that would be chord 2. And so I'm guessing that this is going to be an imperfect cadence because anything to chord 5 gives us an imperfect cadence. And here we have an A and a C, which is part of chord 5. So 2 to 5 is perfectly acceptable because it could be 4 to 5 or 1 to 5 or 2 to 5. Any of those chords to 5 will do to give us an imperfect cadence, which sounds completely unsatisfactory in terms of finish. It leaves you hanging, doesn't sound finished at all. Nevertheless, even though we haven't finished with a perfect cadence on this piece, we've nevertheless finished this question. I do hope that that's been helpful to you. I hope it's of benefit to your studies. If you can give me a like, that would be really fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do go to my website, have a look around sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!